What's going on YouTube? It is Texans Take over here, back with another video. In today's video, we have another 7 round mock draft. This time, it's a little bit different. We've got the wheel of names with us. As you can see here, um, wheel that has all different types of positions. So, for example, with our first spin, it goes offensive guard. So with pick 28, we would have to select a guard in this hypothetical scenario. I wish that was actually our spin, but that was just an example of how it's going to work. Um, but I guess we can just get into it and see what we do with our first spin here. And that is going to have us going with. Oh, okay. Well, I guess they just really wanted us to go with the guard. So at pick 28, we are going to go with the guard. Um, Another thing to touch on, if we get trade up or trade down, obviously we are going to trade up, but once we figure out where we're trading up to, that's when we're going to spin um, to figure out what position we're going to select with that trade up. But this one is just normal. We're picking at 28 and going with, a guard. So we'll see what the best guard available at 28 is. Um, and, there's definitely things that you could say, like Caden Proctor could be a guard in the NFL, Caleb Lomu could be a guard in the NFL, but we're just going to go straight into your offensive line here. And considering that we're going with guard, I am going to go with Emmanuel Pregnon there at pick number 28. Um, oh, I forgot to. I forgot to spin right as soon as that finished. So if we get trade up, then that's a little awful. But hopefully it's not trade up, and it's going to be trade down actually. Okay, so um, we do need to uh you know go slow, but we are going to trade out of this pick. 41 makes some sense to me. I would like to go to like a Miami Dolphins though, who have 43 and then give me like 94 for 38, which I think makes some sense. And then we're going to spin again after we do trade down to see if they want us to trade up. um which might actually be. Doesn't seem like it. It looks like we are going to go with safety at pick number 43. Um, Somewhat of a need, but not the biggest need. We can speed this back up. And no safety does go, so we're going to have our pick of which one we want to select. I think AJ Halsey's probably the clear one. Um, so we'll go back to slow, and AJ Halsey is going to be our pick here at 43. I do like Kamari Ramsey. Don't get me wrong. I like Bud Clark. I like Genesis Smith a lot too, actually, just because of the size that he does possess. But I think at this range, AJ Halsey does make a lot of sense. And then while we pause here, we are going to trade and, or not trade, but spin, and it's going to have us go with an edge at 59, which I really don't mind at all. I think this is something the Texans could explore in real life. So we'll speed it back up. We are headed over to 59 to see what we do. Yakas goes there, but y'all know how much I love Derek Moore. I think that's the easy pick for me here at 59. And then we are going to have to pause here. Um, and the wheel says that we are going to trade down or go with the receiver. And it's going to be a wide receiver at 69. Maybe a little unfortunate because we do need a center. But I think this draft has gone somewhat decent so far. Um, you know, I'll touch on the first three picks. Emmanuel Pregnon could be a developmental piece. I don't know if you really want him to develop because of his age, but really good run blocking guard, and decent in the pass block game too. Had a really good year for Oregon after transferring from USC. So I think you could slot him in at left guard if White Teller's not producing the way you want to. But given the amount of money that you paid White Teller, I don't think Pregnon would be a starter right away unless there's an injury. But then again, offensive line depth does not hurt you in any way. AJ Halsey would be more of a rotational safety, really good run defender, but good in the coverage game too. Um, a playmaker at the back, very physical defensive back, which the Texans do really like. But considering that we did go and get Reed Blankenship, I don't know how much AJ Halsey would play. But then again, this would be another good piece if there was an injury to really slot in and be a dynamic backup on your team. Derek Moore, you know how much we love rotating our defensive linemen. Really, really good pass rusher for Michigan. All the years that he was there, especially this past year with 11 sacks, Michigan had a really good defense, and he was a big reason as to why. And I think if the Texans aren't looking to get Derek Barnett back, then Derek Moore should definitely be someone that could come in, slot in, and play. Um, that rotational D end right away. So really like that pick there at 59. I think if you can develop him, then he could be the predecessor to a Daniil Hunter. But here at 69, we do have to go with the wide receiver. Bryce Lance goes right there. Antonio Williams goes right there. That's someone I actually do really like. But if we're talking about a slot receiver, then Zachariah Branch or Deion Burks do make the most sense here. Just Zachariah Branch is so shifty, and I think you could do a lot of different creative things with him. And he's really good against man coverage. He's a man coverage beater just because of how good he runs routes. You can see he's good on the deep ball. Really good on the screen game too, which the Texans love to do dip and dunk things. And I think he'd be a very, very good security blanket for CJ Stroud. If you do want the dude that stretches the field, this is going to be Deion Burks for you. Just extremely fast. But two guys with not the most size. If you want another fast dude, you could go with Brennan Thompson. But I think I am going to pull the trigger on Zachariah Branch. I just really like the player that he is. And I guess the smart way to do this is before we make the selection, we'll just spin for our next pick. And that is going to tell us to go with a center. That's actually perfect because we did trade down to get 94. Which is our next pick. So hopefully Logan Jones, Jake Slaughter, Connor Lew, or Sam Hecht are available to us. But we will go with Zachariah Branch here. And, Connor Lew goes there. Sam Hecht goes there. And we have our choice at center. My personal favorite is Jake Slaughter. I do really like Logan Jones too, though, and I haven't gone with him yet, so that could be in consideration. Very similar to Jake Andrews in the way he plays. Jake Slaughter's a little more refined, I think, higher floor. Um, but Logan Jones is definitely going to be an impact player wherever he goes, and I think could be a starter his first year in the NFL, as well as Jake Slaughter. I don't know about Sam Hecht, but Connor Lew definitely going to be a starter as well. I think the big three is Lew, Slaughter, Jones. Not really Sam Hecht, but some people really seem to like Sam Hecht, so um, there is that. But here at 94, I think I am going to go with Jake Slaughter. I just really like him as a player, and I think he's going to be impactful wherever he goes, and I think he could definitely just come in and be a starter right away at the center position for us. So we are going to go Jake Slaughter there at 94, but with our next pick, which is 106, what are we going to do? We haven't had a trade up yet, and I guess that's going to continue. We are going to go with a guard at 106, so really bolstering the interior offensive line in this draft, which I think could be a strategy, but after Slaughter at 94, we are going to go to 106. Is Billy Stroud still on the board? He is, unless he went up there, which he hasn't. Y'all know I like Billy Stroud. I think he can be a day three guy. He is top of the board actually, so um, kind of glad he fell there. I think I am just going to make that pick. Really big reason why Jeremiah Love and who am I blanking? Oh, Jadarian Price were so productive for Notre Dame was him. Eli Ryder on the tight end, or Raridon. I thought it was Ryadon. I think it's Raridon though. Were two big reasons why they're able to be so productive, just because of how good they are in the run game. Billy Stroud also a very good pass protector, so I am going to make that pick there at 106. Wheel's been doing us kind of nice so far. And with our next pick, which is 141, it looks like we are going to trade down from it, which makes a lot of sense because Casero does not like picking in the fifth round. Um, so I guess we can just trade from 141 I mean, it could trade down to like 145, but I guess we'll see what's available to us when we get there. And we will take Billy Stroud right here at 106. So the draft so far is not bad. I actually wouldn't mind this haul in real life. I would like an interior defensive lineman in there, as well as a linebacker, but considering the challenge that we have at our hands, I'm not mad at it at all. Um, but here at 141, we are going to trade down. And I think picking up 149 and 206 would make sense. Guess not. 151 and 227 would be accepted, obviously. 164, 166, no. 203 would. Okay. 165, 182 is something I'd explore. Um, but I think the best available option is 149, 206, and then maybe a six from next year. Oh, they'll veto it. Get seventh from next year. Um, so we pick up 149 and 206 to give up 141. So just some extra draft capital in there. And with our next pick, where is the wheel? Where'd the wheel go? There it is. So with 149, what are we going to do there? we are going to pick a stay at tight end. We're picking an offensive tackle. So very offensive line heavy draft in this one. And on the offensive tackle selections, Isaiah World goes at 139. That's the one I would have considered. Um, Nolan Rucci makes sense just because he can play true tackle. Tristan Lee can play true tackle as well. Got decent size there. Um, Drew Shelton might be able to play tackle in the NFL as well. But I really like Nolan Rucci for that true tackle role. Diego Pounds might be able to as well, but I am going to go with Nolan Rucci here at 149. Just because I'll show you, he's like 6'8", 304. Yeah, 6'8", 304. Going to be able to be a developmental piece on the offensive line. So, I think could be a good rotational guy. Austin Barber, I would have liked at 149 too. But as we go on to our next pick, the selection that we're going to make there would be a defensive tackle, it seems, and it is. So finally going back to the defense, picking up a defensive tackle at pick 167 after we go with Nolan Rucci here at 149. And we'll see if any interior defensive linemen go. Demonte K. Park goes right there. That's someone I actually really like. That would have been a nice pick. Zane Durant's available though. I think if you're going for a 3 tech, then Zane Durant's definitely that. Not the biggest, but one of the most athletic guys in this class overall, to be honest, compared to his height and weight. So that makes a lot of sense. Cole Brever could be someone that eats up in the run game, just because of his size, but I think as a schematic fit, the Texans do really like to go with their 3 techs. So I think going back to back Penn State dudes here with Zane Durant. And as we move on to 206 with our second and last pick in the draft, what are we going to do? We are going to. Is this our first trade up? It is. Um, oh, okay. Yeah. We are trading up from 206. So, let's evaluate the board. And see what we want to do. So we are going to go Zane Durant here, but we could move back up and go. Oh well, I guess we have to figure out what position we're selecting. Um, please be a tight end. It's a tackle. Okay, great. Um, really offensive line heavy. Feels like the wheel knows what the Texans needed before free agency, but not now. In terms of the tackles, though, I think Drew Shelton or Faamoe makes sense. Guys that can slot in and move around the offensive line. Um, I mean, Diego Pounds, I do like. So maybe we just move 206 and the seventh we got for like 175 won't be accepted. I mean, we could do this just so we're able to actually trade up. So we'll move up to 175 with the Raiders. And keep 243, but move on from um, 206. So we'll go Zane Durant here, and then we are asked to go with a tackle at 175, and then to round out the draft at 243. Um, are we trading up? Are we? Looks like we're going with a safety to round out this draft. Hopefully, a VJ Payne or someone like that is available there. But yeah, it's safety to close out the draft at 243. At 175, though, we were asked to go with an offensive tackle. So I talked about a multitude of guys. I think Emil Wagner could be a decent one to slot in at guard if you really want him to. But I think you're looking at guys that can play true tackle like O'Reilly Mallman. So we will do that at 175. And then to round out this draft, we are going with a safety. So, I mean, we'll see who's available to us. Max, I would love Max Bredesen. Jalen Husky, I actually do like. Xavier Nwankpa, I like too. Jalen Catalon, I like as well, just because of how physical he is. But he's 25. So I think Jacoby Thomas could come in and play nickel if you really want him to. So we'll do that to round out this draft. Um, and we'll see what grade we get. I'm assuming it's gonna be like a C. Uh, let's see, C plus, D plus, C plus, C, A minus, B, F, D, F, C plus. We get a C plus for the wheel. Um, so yeah, definitely a fun one to do. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. If y'all did enjoy this video though, please be sure to like, subscribe. I think a Madden rebuild will be coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. But thank you all so much for the support. As always, we are well over 500 subs now, so I really appreciate that. Some more live streams will be coming out soon, where I just talk ball. So yeah, I really appreciate y'all for constantly tuning in on the videos. And if you were able to give it a like and sub to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. And I hope y'all enjoy March Madness because it's definitely been a lot of fun so far, especially day one. Day two, not as many upsets, but day one there was. So yeah, I do really hope you all enjoy this video. And as always, it's Texas Takeover, and I'm out. Peace.